Do you know there are some easy and affordable ways to regrow some of your thinning hair, and when you're styling it, to make it look luxurious and thicker? Stick with me today. I'm going to share with you some fun facts, some things to do, and a brand new hairstyling device that I just learned about. Have you had to deal with thinning hair after weight loss, or just because you're over 50, or like me, both? 68 pounds of weight loss really caused my hair to thin out. Don't worry, it can grow back, and my hair is noticeably thicker in the back, but it still stayed a little thin up top around my scalp. I found some practical ways to care for my scalp and create believable hair volume while my hair is in its regrowth cycles. This video is sponsored by Wexi, and today I'm testing their 7-in-1 hair styler, including automatic airflow wrapping that creates curves, waves, and volume, which is really fun if you have long hair. Wexi has all the styling capabilities that people look for in the Dyson, but at a much more affordable price. First, I want to give you an honest look at my hair. Yes, it does appear thick a lot on camera, especially in the back, but the top is thinned out, and it's really apparent when I see this picture of my younger self with my younger self hair volume. Two types of thinning most relevant to women like me are telogen effluvium and female pattern hair loss. Telogen effluvium is usually a temporary hair loss that occurs as a result of weight loss. Female age-related hair loss is generally slower and more progressive and becomes noticeable around the crown and the part. It's possible to have both things happening at once, which was my case. Your hair can take years to grow and go through short transitions, can rest for a few months, and eventually sheds. There are two easy things you can do to mitigate hair loss and stimulate hair regrowth. One of them is wash your hair every day or as close to every day as you can. To me, that seemed counterintuitive. When my hair was falling out in the shower during weight loss and hair loss, I avoided washing it as much as possible. But actually, washing it more helps reduce microbacteria that live on your scalp and can inhibit hair growth. Number two, massage your scalp. Blood flow to your scalp does help with hair regrowth. Now, when you're putting in that shampoo and that cream rinse, yes, you're massaging your hair for a little bit, but there are ways that you can do it a couple of times a day, and I'm going to talk about that a little later in this video. Because I'm washing my hair more frequently, I need an efficient and gentle way to dry my hair and put the appearance of fullness back into it. And that's where the Wexi 7-in-1 Air Styler comes in. When I got the Wexi 7-in-1 Air Styler, everything arrived in this premium leather-style storage case, which immediately makes the complete set feel more polished and giftable. And inside is the main Wexi styling handle along with 7 attachments. There's a fast drying attachment, a smoothing brush, and a round volumizing brush. Then we have 4 automatic airflow wrapping barrels, 2 barrel sizes with separate attachments for the 2 different curl directions. The smaller barrel creates a more defined curl, while the larger barrel produces a looser curve or wave. What I particularly appreciate about the case is that every piece has a proper place. I'm not digging through a bathroom drawer looking for the correct attachment, and the handle makes it practical for a vacation or business trip. It's also a beautiful case for gifting. My first impression was that this looks and feels like a complete styling system rather than a collection of loose accessories. Hey, if you're new here, thanks for stopping by. Hit that subscribe button. This is a little different video for me. I do a lot of fashion hauls and I try new products, and this product today has done wonders for my hair. If you are returning, you probably see my hair looks a little fluffier than normal, and I normally use a flat iron to get the frizz out of my hair. This time around, I only use the Wexi styling system. So I'm going to show you in the next segment the whole thing I did using all the attachments to get this hair this fluffy today without any hairspray or any hair products. So in the morning, with freshly washed towel dried hair, I attach the fast drying nozzle. The Wexi is designed to dry, smooth, volumize, straighten, and curl using the one main handle, and the attachments click into place, and I can adjust the flow and temperature depending on what I'm trying to accomplish. Its negative ion technology is designed to help reduce static and create a smoother looking finish. And the constant temperature protection helps maintain steadier heat, which may reduce exposure to the extreme temperatures associated with some traditional styling tools. Because I'll be using the wrapping barrels later, I'm not drying my hair completely. The airflow wrapping works best when the hair is approximately 70 to 80% dry, damp but definitely not dripping wet. In my case, because I have shorter hair, I'm going to be showing you some of the attachments on this, and then I'm going to turn this over to my visiting friend Sydney, who has longer hair, and she's going to use the barrels for curling. The fact that I can dry and then style with the same handle is one of the things that makes this system so easy and fun to use. Hair is part of our entire fashion silhouette, and the right amount of crown volume can balance our features, complement a neckline, and make a finished outfit look more polished. I'm beginning exactly where I need most volume, at my crown. I separate a manageable section, place the volumizing brush underneath the roots, and lift the hair upward and slightly away from my scalp. I hold it long enough to shape the section, switch to cool air to help set it, and then release it gently. Look at the difference between the treated and the untreated sides. This doesn't change the number of hairs on my head, but it changes how full those hairs appear. From a soft inward curve, I bring the brush underneath the ends, turn them gently toward my face, and then hold the shape before finishing with cool air. This gives me a polished everyday curve without feeling a formal curl. The same brush can also create a straighter finish. I keep gentle tension on the section and move slowly from the roots towards the ends. Since I began using Wexi, I've reached for my flat iron less often. This doesn't mean this is heat-free styling, but it does mean I'm relying less on repeated contact with a very hot flat iron. So here you can see I've gone from wet hair to dry hair that was unruly and very frizzy, and now I thought I'll give the barrels a try. So I put the smaller barrel on, and with short hair it's a little challenging to use, but you'll see I definitely got a wonderful effect from it. So the key is you let the air wrap your hair around the barrel, then you move the barrel up towards your scalp. You do not roll the barrel as I'm about to do here. Depending on your hair, you give it 10 to 20 seconds with the heat setting, and then you click the button over to the cool setting. In the last 10 seconds, have your hair be in a cool setting. So it took me a little while to get the hang of it. Even though I wasn't doing it ideally, you can see the shape and the volume that it's giving my hair. I think this is a device you can use on shorter hair. I've just proven it. But coincidentally, our friend Sydney was in town and staying at her house, and she has longer hair. So I wasn't shy about asking her whether she would allow me to film her doing a demo. She is a social media manager in her industry for a living, and she also has a personal TikTok account where she does demo things like this. So she was very kind to allow me to put her in this YouTube video, and I'll put her TikTok account in my pinned comments and my description. So it turns out that Sydney brought her Dyson. So we thought we'd put the Dyson up against the Wexi, and you can see her. She's a pro at it. She knows how to let the air wrap her hair around the barrel, and she knows when to click it from warm to cool. And so she did the Dyson on one side, and then she tried a few curls on the Wexi side before I turned the camera on. So here you can see she's finishing off her last few curls with the Wexi, a pro at operating that button, going from hot to cool. And you can see she's just letting the air wrap her hair around the barrel, and then she's wriggling the barrel towards her scalp rather than rolling the barrel. And she's going to turn around here in a minute. You're going to see her gorgeous, gorgeous curls. Right side from the Dyson and left side from the Wexi. And you can see here, the Wexi curls are actually a little bit more defined. And as she kind of brushes them out to get just some body, the Wexi seems to stay in and give her a little bit more body than the Dyson. All right, you can see how quick and easy that was. That was the whole thing of me styling my hair with this system. It is truly amazing. And I have to say, it's a very solid feeling, heavy product. I've actually used it a couple of times. The attachments are easy to get on and off. So I want to thank Wexi for turning me on to this air styling system. I just think it's fantastic. I'm looking forward to my hair being a little less damaged because I'm going to spend a lot less time with the flat iron. So if you're interested in learning a little bit more about this system and how it stacks up against the much more expensive Dyson, I will include that side-by-side comparison in my description box and my pinned comments. At the top of my pinned comments, there will be a link if you decide you want to try out the Wexi system. They are offering a pretty big discount for you, so make sure and use my links. Thanks so much for visiting me. I hope you learned some interesting facts about hair loss and hair regrowth today. Hit that notification bell and that hype if you can find it, and come back and visit me soon for a fashion haul.